Hi, Vicki here of chakraboosters.com, and today I want to talk to you about communicating with your higher self. Now you might want to call this spirit or the universe. I like to say the universe, but whatever you call it, it's when you tap into this vaster perspective, this vaster and wiser perspective than your simple ego perspective. When I talk to clients about doing this, the thing that usually comes up, and it's the same thing that comes up when we talk about meditating, is I'm afraid I'm not going to do it right. So first of all, let's just break this whole myth that you can even do it wrong. You can't meditate wrong, and you can't communicate with your higher self wrong. There's something about spiritual, quote-unquote spiritual endeavors that we often take way too seriously. Okay? Spirit is a part of us just like every other, just like our flesh and bones. Spirit is a part of us. And so talking to spirit and communing and meditating, these are all things that we need to take much less seriously. In fact, the more fun we have and the more we approach it from an intuitive, comfortable place, I believe the better the flow of communication will be. So here's my suggestions today on how to get started on really communicating with your higher self, or the universe, whatever you want to call this aspect, this vaster aspect. So the first thing is, don't take it so seriously, which is obviously what I just said. Don't take it so seriously. Be playful. You don't get super serious every time you're going to talk to your neighbor or your spouse, right? You just talk to them. So it's just communication. Second, not only don't take it seriously, make it fun. Look for lots of tools. There's all kinds of divination cards you can use, and if you do use divination cards, please don't let the rules of the cards get you too caught up. Just play with them the way that you like them. I really like the Goddess cards by Doreen Virtue, so I just pull one to inspire me, or I might ask a question and then see which goddess comes to speak to me. Okay. Another trick, if you have more of a yes-no situation, you feel very caught between two sides of a situation and you just feel really unclear, this is going to be really profound. Flip a coin. Flip a good old-fashioned coin. Now, this is something that I got from my friend Farhana Dawes. She's an amazing life coach and the author of Thank You for Leaving Me. And it's really, really sound advice. When you flip the coin, the answer you get from the coin is not near as important as your response to it. You get what I'm saying? So the most important thing for you to do to find out what your real inner voice, your real inner self wants, is to actually notice what's your reaction. So this doesn't always work when you're asking more involved questions, and I'll give you another technique for that. But for yes and no questions, this works great. Just get a good old-fashioned coin, flip it, and then notice how you feel about it. Let's say you have a super serious question like, should I stay in this relationship? Well, you flip the coin. Heads is yes, you decide, and tails is no. And it shows up, no, I shouldn't stay. Well, there might be a bit of like, wow, like fear or something that comes up around it, but you'll definitely get another sense too about whether you want to argue with it, whether it feels really right or doesn't feel right. So I love the flip the coin technique, but remember, this is so key. Straight from my good friend Farhana. It's not the answer of the flip that matters. It's your reaction to it. That will tell you what your true answer is inside. Okay? That'll tell you what you really want. I hope that makes sense. Finally, I'm going to share one of my favorite secret tools with you. I've been using this one for years and I adore it. I take a very simple Webster's dictionary. I happen to have one right here. Okay, so this is an older one, a collegiate dictionary. I'm not in college anymore, but I use one like this. See how thick it is? You need a big one. Lots of words. And all of these definitions in here also contain lots and lots of words. So I don't know how many words, but it is so many. There are many words in here. So you have so many possibilities. Now, when you don't have a yes or no question and you want more involved answers, more metaphorical answers, you can go to the dictionary. Now, granted, some days it's a little crazy. Some days I have to admit I'm just not in the flow, and I can feel it. I can really feel it. Like the first time that I'll do a reading in the dictionary and it just makes no sense, it has no feeling to it, I'll know I'm just not in the flow. And sometimes I don't do it right then. Sometimes I put it off to later. But I have a story I'm going to share with you that you will not believe. So stay tuned here. Hang on. Okay, so this is how it works. You take a nice thick dictionary like this and you ask it a question like, what's the most important thing for me to learn in this relationship? You see, it's not a yes, no question. It's a, what is the most important thing for me to learn in this relationship or in this situation? And you simply close your eyes, you open it, and you point. And wherever it shows up, and you know what? I'm not even wearing my glasses, so I can't read it. And it wasn't a true question anyway, so I'm not going to use this as an example. But you'll land right on a word, and you'll read that word, and you'll give that some importance. What does that mean? And also look to see that word as part of a larger definition. What is that word? The word that's being defined by this word. Okay, so you want to look at the word you've pointed on, the very landing of the tip of your finger, and then the word that word is defining. Those two words together should give you a real sense of the answer. Now, I've already admitted, it doesn't work all the time. I mean, nothing we do. If you're a basketball player and you shoot baskets, sometimes you make the baskets, sometimes you don't. Well, psychic or intuitive phenomena is the same way. Sometimes it's flowing and sometimes it isn't, and you'll feel it. I know when it's flowing. I can feel it. I'll often go to the dictionary, I'll ask several different questions. Okay, but let me share an amazing story with you. It happened last year, and it still surprises me when I think about it. I was in a very stuck point about making a decision about something, and let me tell you about it. Literally, before I needed to make this decision, about 2 days before, I had broken up in my relationship, and well, I had broken up earlier, but my partner had just moved out of the home just a couple days before, and I made a logical statement to myself that I would not be buying things for a while because I wanted to make up for his part in the rent, and I just wanted to be sound and on my own financial feet. So that day, I ended up listening to a webinar and a program that I really felt I resonated with. It resonated with me. It was called Feminine Power. The program was Feminine Power, and I was listening to Catherine and Claire, the women that run it, as they did the webinar, and I felt really drawn to this particular online course. And the one voice was, you can't do it. You made that agreement, no spending money. And the other voice was like, but it's perfect. It's just what you need right now. Feminine power. You need to step into your feminine. So there was this warring within me. So finally, I just stopped and I grabbed the dictionary. And I'd never done this before, and you might want to try this. I actually got a little sassy with the universe. I said, universe, if you want me to take this course, you have got to be absolutely, unequivocally clear. And if you are unequivocally, absolutely clear, I will take out my credit card and I will buy this course. Otherwise, I won't. So I got a little demanding with the universe. It seemed to have worked. So this is what happened. I marked it, actually. I went back today and marked the page. And in just a moment, I'm going to grab my glasses here, because I want to be able to actually read it to you. Okay. I pulled it out, opened up the dictionary, said, should I take this course? Dropped my fingers, and it landed right on the word extraordinary, the term extraordinary event. Extraordinary event. So that was pretty cool. I was like, okay, that's pretty clear. But then I looked over to see what word was being defined by extraordinary event. And you know what it said? You're really not going to believe this. The word that I had opened out of the thousands and thousands and thousands of words in the dictionary, hundreds of thousands, was miracle. So that's the truth. I basically had asked the universe to deliver me a miracle, clear advice on this. And that's exactly where my finger landed. So ever since then, before that I used it a lot. I believed in my dictionary divination method, but after that, you can imagine I believed in it even more. So I cannot highly enough recommend that course as well, because I grabbed my card and I bought the course. So there's two more things that I want to tell you. One, if you are talking to the universe or your higher self or whatever you want to call it, and you get a message and that message scares you, it puts you out of your comfort zone, you need to do it. Have you ever had someone who doesn't listen to you for a long time? You just don't talk to them anymore because they're not listening. So if you want the universe to keep talking to you, you need to make the agreement, I will take action on what you say, and then you need to take action. And the other thing I wanted to tell you was the Feminine Power course was amazing. This is not just some endorsement. This is me giving you love and saying, if you have any way to take this course, I took it last May, take it this May, or take it next May if you're looking at this YouTube video when it's already passed. But if it's available for you now at femininepower.com, take it, okay? And I will make it available for you for sure. I'll get some information right here on the page so you can click it. And larger than that, please, please communicate with your divine self, with your higher self, in any way that you can, in playful ways. And the more that you do it, the better you'll get. It's like every other endeavor in life, because I want that for you. I want you to follow your bliss, live your passion and your purpose. This is Vicki Howie of chakraboosters.com, and I am sending you so much love.